Hello bros, and welcome to S50 BroFive production. Next part, Sakura MMO. Start corner right here. What's going on? Somebody, anybody, help! Fiona's being backed into a corner. She pressed up against the tree and skeletal soldiers surround her on all sides. Some of the skeletons are holding weapons, and a tarnished sword here, a cracked spear there. A handful are wearing metal helmets, others have shields. The ground beneath my feet looks like it's been tilled by a plow. Loose clouds of dirt pepper the ground. The skeletons, alerted by the necromancer's ruby necklace, must have been awoken from their slumber beneath the earth. I wonder how all these skeletons ended up in Roseberry Forest. Maybe there was a war here, some kind of battle that would explain the weapons the dead soldiers are clutching in their bony fingers. How old must these old piles of bones be? It must hold quite a grudge for them to spring back to, well, not life, but half-life so readily. Goodness, this is such a mess. Evie sighs and presses her fingers against her forehead. This is what happens when a little girl with no understanding of magic steals things that don't belong to them. Eve's right. A talented mage like myself would be able to carry the necromancer's ruby necklace through a graveyard and not wake a single sleeping corpse. Magic like myself are aware of our own power, and such we know how to control it. The girls like Theon, however, do not know. I doubt Theon even knew the item she stole was used in necromancy. She probably saw the gemstone and thought it was pretty and swiped it. When we were embracing, probably. It would have been easy for her to slip her hand into my pocket, unseen and unnoticed, and take my precious necklace. Well, now she is paying the price. This is creepy. You can get away from me. The skeletal soldiers, of course, don't listen to her. Theon might be the owner of the necromancer ruby necklace, but they must know on an instinctive level that she isn't their mistress. She can't control or command them. She is far too afraid, and whatever she is unwittingly summoned to have any kind of authority. This shouldn't be happening. It's like a nightmare. Please. Theon holds her hands to her head and ducks down. Her eyes are filled with tears. Please, somebody, help me. Well, what do you want to do, my lady? Evie looks at me, her eyes are dark and uninterested. Should we let the skeletons tear her apart, or might be a good lesson for her? A cruel smile captured the corner of Evie's lips. If she survives, of course, which is unlikely, she newly woken dead are not known for their good manners or their ways of handling women. I look at Theon pinned against a tree. The skeletons are advancing even closer. Theon trembles, her face, though tan, now looks pasty white. I know she did wrong by me, but I can't help but feel sorry for her. I would say, let them hurt her a bit, but not too severely. No one steals from me. No one ever managed to steal from me, even when I've been out of country, and this country isn't a very... Well, there are really few thieves in this country I live in, but even when I've been out of country, no thieves have ever been able to steal from me, because I always have my one finger checking like every 10 seconds for my wallet. And I also have a fake wallet in my pants that a little bit showing, so because thieves could see that, they take that instead of the real wallet that I have really hidden, often against touching my skin, so they can't grab it. I know she did wrong by me, but I can't help but feel sorry for her. Sorry for her? But my lady, she stole your necklace. Don't you want to see her suffer? I think the little brat is getting what she deserves. Anybody who crosses you should... Oh, whoops. I want to see her suffer. I think the little brat is getting what she deserves. Anybody who crosses me should suffer. I want to hear her scream more. I want to hear her cry much more. I appreciate your dedication to serving me and keeping me safe, Neve. Though watching your young girl mauled really helped me. But I don't want her to die. No, not die then. That might be taking a bit too far. But it's alright if she gets injured, isn't it? Why don't we let the skeleton break a couple of her bones and take out an eye? Maybe then, maybe they could pull out the kidney. I mean, maybe a few cuts, maybe a broken bone, but not more than that. Taking out an eye a little bit far. That's seriously worse than breaking a bone. She has 2 of them, she doesn't need both. That teach her the thieving dog a lesson. Neve. I rest a restraining hand on my companion's shoulder. I think you're misunderstanding one crucial thing here. Oh, and what is that, my lady? I might be the fair dark witch, but I'm not a murderer. I won't allow a young girl to be slaughtered in front of me, and I certainly won't let her kidneys be harvested either. It just isn't right. And it would be a shame too. Fayon, despite her false fingers, is very cute. I don't want her pretty face to get damaged. But my lady, what about her punishment? I will punish her as I see fit. Naturally, I haven't forgiven her for playing such a rotten trick on me, or for taking advantage of my kindness. But... well, that picture was the same as lost, so nothing. But please, somebody. The skeletons are advancing even closer. One of them holds a sword aloft, the point inches away from Fayon's head. All of a sudden, the sword swings down fast. Fayon screeches like a startled cat and ducks beneath the blade of the sword. The steel shaft hits the tree where her head once was and gets stuck in the trunk. The tree shakes and a few loose leaves fall through the air. Some of these leaves land on Fayon's hair. If she had been a few seconds slower, her head would have been sliced clean in 2. Please, somebody! Anybody! If she wants my help, I'd be more than happy to give it, but I have to punish her afterwards, of course. There will be no meaning to her punishment if these skeletons carry it out. They are nothing more than toothless, faceless mobs that exist to kill. Only a great and fearsome witch like myself can scold naughty girls in the manner they deserve. Oh, my lady. Eve bows her head. I never thought of that, but you're right. If anybody is to punish her, you should. In fact, these skeletons have no right to lay their hands on that naughty girl before you can. It's mostly impertinent of them. Neve raises the palm of her right hand, her eyes harden, her jaws tenses. She looks like the same as she did in the marketplace before she assaulted Blake with a flurry of burning flames. Should I take care of the skeletons for you, my lady? I barbecue those old bones until they turn into charcoal. Just give me the word and I do it. I appreciate it, Neve, but I believe I can take care of this myself. I'm not called the Dark Witch for nothing, after all. I take a step forwards, raise my right hand, and declare loudly. Oh, you fallen warriors, heed my words. The skeleton pauses and looks at me with their empty, sightless eye sockets. Huh? Fayon lifts her head, her eyes wide and wild. It's you, the kind lady. Kind lady. I raise an eyebrow. I believe I told you to call me mistress. Yes, I'm sorry, mistress. You will be. You might think I'm kind now, but just you wait and see. I'll show you how cruel I can truly be. I draw my tongue against my lower lips. Fion shivers. I don't know what you mean. So you dare to play dumb even after you stole what is rightfully mine from under my very nose? I did no such thing. Don't act like a fool. I know these things. The skeletons did sprout up from nowhere. I don't know where they came from. I was just running through the forest on my way back home when all of a sudden... Silence. I shoot a fearsome glare at Theon that could terrify a dragon. As expected, she soon shuts up. They always do. Now, I turn back to the horde of undead. As I am sure you are aware, my name is Viola, and I am the Great Dark Witch. The Dark Witch? No way! I shall another icy look at Theon, and she soon silences herself, but her trembling doesn't stop. She's shaking so hard her teeth are clacking together. I wouldn't be surprised if her bones were rattling. I see you have awakened from your slumber because the insolent puppy took my necromancer ruby necklace from me. I am grateful that you would rise from your graves on such short notice to serve me. Then the great Viola. And I understand that you must be disappointed upon awakening to find not your mistress but this dirty little thief with sticky fingers. If you wish to punish her for an ignorance, I understand, but I must command you to step aside. That girl has wronged me. As such, I am the one who will mete out her punishment. Nobody is allowed to lay so much as a phalanx on her, and if you do, I will make you suffer. I know magic that can turn bones into dust and grind you down. I feed you to my pet hellhound in the nightmare citadel. I hurt you so badly you remember what dying feels like all over again. Do I make myself quite plain? The skeletons look between one another with their empty sockets. They hang their skulls, their shoulders, bones slump. Good. I all but purr the word. Now, go back to where you came. As the great dog Witch Viola, I command you. This seems to do the trick. The assembled skeleton bow to me deeply in reverse as they ought, before they slink back to the graves. They lie down in the undercover, the holes of dirty underholes of dirt that they burst forth from and cover themselves in dirt. That's the amount of respect I command among the undead. They are so afraid of me I can even order them to seal themselves away in the dark and dirt and the worms once more. My powers are nothing to be sneezed at. Within 5 minutes all trace of the skeletal army are gone. The soldiers have been put to rest once more, and I didn't need to use any magic at all. The forest becomes peaceful once more. The sound of birdsong returns to the trees, and a soft gentle breeze plays at my hair. It's rather pleasant day, all things considered. The sun is shining. Fiona looks anything but at peace. She stares at me with friend's eyes. Her pupils dilate, her hair is messy, and her face is horribly pale. You're... Yes, what is it there? You're the Dark Witch Viola. Indeed I am. I offer Fiona a small courtesy. If that little performance wasn't enough to prove for you, I can always do this. With a clink of my fingers, I revert the magic I was using to disguise my normal clothes. My casual attire melts away to reveal my long dark gown decorated with feathers. Fiona's eyes practically bulge out of her head at this magic show. I can't believe it. No way. Well, you had better start believing in it. I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance. You disgusting swine little bitch. Now I think you have something that belongs to me in your pocket. Would you care to give it back? Of course, if you're feeling brave, you can always refuse. But then I have to pull your spinal column out of your body through your mouth. I... Maybe my teasing was a little too much for Fion. The skeletons must have been frightening enough for her, the poor thing, without encountering the fearsome dark witch on top of that. She faints. Her eyes roll back in her head, and her body slumps against the dirt ground as limp as a ragdoll. Oh dear. Oh dear indeed. Neve approached the final fallen form. She retrieves a branch from the ground and pokes Fion's side. Fion doesn't move. I think you scared her half to death. Oh, only half? I raised an eyebrow. That should be fine. She better be fine at least. I haven't even begun punish her properly yet. Well, that was this episode. This episode was just fun. But that was all I have for Sakura MMO this time. As hit like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. BroFive!